Hello friends, how are you doing? And I hope you really are all having a great time, and I hope you must have revised the chapter before doing the questions, because a little tricky chapter, morphology of flowering plant, a little monotonous also, but anyways we'll try to make it interesting. Okay, so we are now going to discuss the NEET pattern questions of this chapter, the morphology of flowering plant. When the margins of sepals or petals, right, when the margins of sepals or petals overlap one another without any particular direction. Without any particular direction, the condition is termed as, right. So we will see that imprecate estimation is a condition, right. Imprecate estimation is a condition where the 5 petals will overlap each other in such a way that one will be completely external, where the 5 petals will overlap each other in such a way, right, that one will be completely external, one will be completely internal, one will be completely internal, right, and the other two will be overlapped on one aspect and will be overlapping on the other aspect, and the other two will be overlapped on one aspect. And overlapping on the other aspect. So imprecate estimation is a condition where the 5 petals overlap, where the 5 petals will overlap each other, right, where the 5 petals will overlap each other in such a way that one will be completely external, one will be completely internal, and the other two will be overlapped on one aspect and overlapping on the other aspect. That is why we say that in this condition there is a particular direction. Okay, that is why we say that the sepals or petals overlap one another without any particular direction. The condition is termed as what? The condition is termed as the imprecate condition, because here there is no particular direction, we will say. However, if we had taken the twisted condition, the appendages were overlapping each other, one after the other, the appendages were overlapping in the twisted condition. But here in the imprecate condition there is absolutely no direction, hence no direction of overlapping, right. So the answer will be imprecate estimation. Okay. We move on to the next question. In China rose, the flowers are actinomorphic, hypogynous, okay, with twisted aestivation, right. So when we talk about the actinomorphic flower, what is an actinomorphic flower? Now the actinomorphic flowers, these are flowers, you know, which can be divided into 3 equal sections, right. These flowers can be divided into 3 equal sections around a central axis, These flowers can be divided into 3 equal sections around a central axis. Right. So these flowers can be divided into 3 equal sections around a central axis, and what else will we see? However, if we talk of the zygomorphic flower, what we will see that, you know, these flowers can be divided into 2 equal sections, 2 identical halves, okay, around a central axis passing through the center, or, you know, these we can say that these are very much similar to the bilaterally symmetrical condition. These flowers, that is zygomorphic flowers, can be divided into 2 equal halves So these flowers can be divided into 2 equal halves by a plane passing through the center. That means the zygomorphic flowers are identical to bilaterally symmetrical. So zygomorphic flowers are identical zygomorphic flowers are identical to bilaterally symmetrical condition. All right. So what we see here in China rose, the flowers are actinomorphic, yes, they can be divided into 3 equal halves, 3 equal sections, hypogynous with twisted aestivation. Twisted aestivation will, as I told you, the appendages will be, one after the other, and that is why the word twisted aestivation, right? We'll now talk of the third one, that presentation in tomato and lemon is what? Parietal, free central, marginal and axile. Okay, so presentation in tomato, lemon and oranges, what we see is is axile presentation, right? Presentation in tomato. That is basically, you know, citrus fruits mostly it is talking about, in tomato, lemon, oranges. That is citrus fruits is the exile presentation. Right. Now, what we see here, this is a multicarpellary syncarpous condition, right? Multicarpellary syncarpous ovary condition. There is multicarpellary, that means many carpels are there and they are fused, and all these carpels, okay, all these carpels they are fused. So, multicarpellary syncarpous condition. There is multicarpellary syncarpous condition, and what will happen here, the carpels will, you know, will grow inside, okay, forming the different chambers or forming, you know, this giving rise to the multicarpellary condition, right. The carpel will invaginate inside, inside, giving rise, the carpel will invaginate inside, giving rise to multicarpellary condition. From the center will arise a placenta which will bear the ovules. From the center arises the placenta, right, which will bear ovules, which will bear ovules. The carpel will invaginate inside, giving rise to the multicarpellary condition. From the center arises the placenta which will bear the ovules. So, what we will see here, exile presentation, right. Moving on to the next question. The coconut water and the edible part of the coconut are equivalent to, right. The coconut water consists of, right, the endosperm, right. The coconut water consists of the endosperm and even the kernel, and even the white kernel also consists of the endosperm. Okay. Coconut is a true fruit and white is a true fruit. We will see that, you know, later on. I think there is a question regarding that which of these, you know, will be a true fruit. So, the coconut water as well as, you know, the white kernel, you know, will be the what? It will be the endosperm. Now, you will see, you know, here there will be the nuclear endosperm as well as the cellular endosperm. Okay. And what does the endosperm do? This serves the purpose of nutrition. This serves the purpose of the nutrition. Right. Fellowe. Now, Fellowe is what? Fellowe is a modified petiole. Fellowe is modified petiole, which is present in Australian Acacia, which is present in Australian Acacia, right? A modified petiole which is present in the Australian Acacia. Now, what happens? This is upright, and this Fellowe, it is actually conserving water or reducing water by the transpiration, right? Fellowe reduces loss of water by transpiration. Okay, so Fellowe reduces loss of water by the transpiration, and hence we will see that Fellowe is present in the Australian Acacia. Okay, Fellowe is present in the Australian Acacia. Next question. In a cell grain, the single cotyledon of the embryo is represented by. Okay. So, what will we see? In a cell grain, the single cotyledon of the embryo is called as the scutellum. Is called as the scutellum. Single cotyledon of the embryo. Right, single cotyledon of the embryo is called as scutellum. Also, we will see that coleoptile is that part is the is the part that covers the plumule, and this is the protective part. Coelureza is the protective part of the radicle So, friends, we will just continue after a short break from the next question. Okay, so we will continue from the next question. The floral features are chiefly used in angiosperms identification. Why? See, the vegetative parts, right? The vegetative parts are less stable. Okay. The vegetative parts are less stable, right? So, the vegetative parts are less stable as they change according to the environment or under the environmental influence, are less stable as they often change in the environment's influence. Right. The vegetative parts are less stable as they often change in the environment's influence, but the reproductive part, and what is the reproductive part of a plant? The flower, the floral feature, and in the flower what is the reproductive part? Yes, the male and the female, that is the androecium and the gynoecium, but the floral features are stable as they are the reproductive parts. And are not much changed and are not much influenced by the environment and other factors. We cannot say completely not influenced, because there are many examples. So, we just can say that yes, there is more stability because they are relatively less influenced. So, the reproductive parts are more stable and conservative, right, than the vegetative, right, and that is why we say that the floral features are chiefly used in angiosperms, right. Moving on to the next question, which plant will lose its economic value if its fruit are induced, if its fruits are produced by induced parthenocarpy, right. So, what is parthenocarpy? Parthenocarpy is the formation of fruit without fertilization, and if the fertilization is not is taking place, then the the seeds won't be formed, because there will be is for parthenocarpy is no ovary and no ovules and no seeds, right. So, we can write parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is the formation right. Parthenocarpy is the formation of fruit without fertilization, right. Parthenocarpy is the formation of fruit without fertilization, hence ovules and thus seeds are not formed. So, what will we see that in pomegranate, the edible part that is the part which we eat is the testa. In pomegranate, the edible part is testa. Okay. So, in pomegranate the edible part is testa, and hence if parthenocarpy then this edible part would not be formed, then this edible part of the pomegranate would not be formed, right. However, in cases like the orange where the seeds are found in the center, this induced parthenocarpy is very much used. However, as in orange, right, where seeds in orange where the seeds are where the seeds are inside, parthenocarpy is more efficient right, parthenocopy is more efficient, right. So, which plant will lose its economic value for its fruits if its fruit are produced by induced parthenocopy, and that will be pomegranate. The reason being, this is the part edible in the pomegranate is a testa, and if parthenocopy, then then no ovary, no ovules formed, no seed only, and hence pomegranate would be of no economical importance, right. We talk of the next question, which one of the following is a true fruit, right. True fruit. A fruit which develops from the ovary is called as a true fruit. A fruit developing, right, a fruit developing from ovary is called as true fruit. A fruit developing from ovary is called as true fruit, right. A fruit which develops from any other part other than the ovary is called as the false fruit. Developing from any other part, from any other part other than ovary. Okay. So, developing from any other part other than ovary is called as false fruit, is called as false fruit. Examples of false fruit, okay, for example, even the pineapple, okay, the composite fruits, these are all the the false fruits. So, which we see here, that coconut, right, the coconut develops from the ovary, and hence this is a true fruit, right. Next, buttress roots are found in, right. Now, what are these buttress roots? Buttress roots are found at the ground level. These are the lateral fruits, which will be coming out from the main stem. The buttress roots are the lateral roots coming out of the main stem aerially and provide support and nutrition. So, buttress roots are the lateral roots coming out of the main stem aerially and provide support and nutrition, and hence we see that these will be providing the support and nutrition. Now, these are seen in terminalia, okay, these will be seen in the terminalia. So, friends, with this we have come to the end of this, So, what, when we talk about the buttress roots, you will see that this is, if this is the main stem, okay, here you will see the lateral roots from the main stem coming. And why? Because this is seen in the nutrient deficient soil, because the main stem, main soil, main root will be very superficial, not providing enough support. So, as a result, these lateral branches spread over the ground to give support, and that is why called as the buttress roots. So, friends, I hope the topic is clear, the doubts are clear. Any more solutions or any other doubt in your mind, you can always come and contact me, okay, you can always ask me. The time we meet again, a very goodbye from this side.